Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For the past 3 months I've been working on my mobile app almost every single day, and today I want to share a big update with you. After weeks of development and testing, my budgeting app now works completely offline. But first, let me quickly remind you what my app is about. I really like keeping track of my finances, and I absolutely need a clear picture of where my money goes and how can I improve my spending habits. My iOS app shows not only expenses but also the overall balance of my accounts, both cash and bank, how much money is being spent on specific expense categories, and how close I am to reaching a savings goal, for example, buying a new laptop. But money doesn't just come out of nowhere, right? So it's logical to also track your incomes, like how much you've earned from your main job, freelance work, etc. So all this information is displayed on the main screen, which I call the money map. To add any operation, you go to the transaction creation screen, then you choose the type of operation and select where the money is coming from and where it's going. Right now I've implemented 4 main transaction types: expense, income, account-to-account transfer, and savings. Next, I want to add 2 more that I really need and that can be useful for other people. And these are a refund and a debt. But I'm talking a bit too much, so let's get straight to the offline mode. As I mentioned in my previous videos, my app supports using the same user account across multiple devices. For example, let's say these are 2 separate people using the same user account from different phones. Right now, the app isn't connected to any real server, so I use a locally running fast API backend to let the app exchange data through the API. So I'll just turn the backend off. Now I'm launching the app on the first phone, and as you can see, no errors and everything seems fine. And then I'm launching it on the second device. Now I will make some changes. For example, I create a new money account on the first phone and add an expense to it. Then I will create another money account but on the second phone and make, let's say, a money transfer operation. Both apps work completely independently from the server and from each other. The moment of truth comes when the server is back online and the both phones connect to the internet. I'm opening the app on the first phone, and an important note, there is data syncing happening in the background, so the phone is making a request to my fast API backend. Then I'm opening the app on the second device, and here the same background process is being done under the hood. So as you can see, the data from the first phone has already appeared on the second one, since it was created earlier. And if I restart the app on the first phone, I'll see the data from the second phone there as well. All the magic happens on the server, which is responsible for syncing operations and resolving conflicts. But even if the server is down for some reason or you have no internet connection, you can still use the app just fine. But let's talk about conflicts, and honestly that word will probably haunt me for a long time. I spent weeks figuring out how to handle conflicting operations during sync, but in the end I think I covered all possible scenarios. But let me show you a real example. Let's say phone number 1 deletes this money account. At the same time, phone number 2 creates a new transaction for that same money account. And since device number 2 doesn't know that the account was already deleted, this transaction looks totally valid to it. And on the transaction screen, it is shown as created, so everything seems fine. But what should happen when both phones go online? Here comes the conflict resolution strategy. Deletion is the most important operation, so all transactions linked to that account, even those created later, will be deleted. Now I'm syncing the first phone, then the second one, and you can see that the deleted account is gone, along with the transaction created on the second phone. So, I've spent a lot of time and honestly nerves dealing with scenarios like that, but I'm really happy and proud of myself that I managed to eventually solve them. And I really think that data syncing was the hardest part of the whole development process so far. So, and what is next? My next task will be the analytics screen. I'll be adding some cool charts and tables with data. And honestly, after weeks working on the data syncing layer, I can't really wait for some UI tasks. And for now, I just want to thank you for watching this video. And if you found it interesting, I'd be really happy if you subscribe to my channel. And by the way, if you have any questions about the development of my app, please feel free to ask in the comments. I'll be glad to answer. Thanks again for watching this video and see you in the next one.